The new School of Business building finally opens its doors to the public.
And mask requirements are being lifted on campus.
Those stories plus, how did UNCP students celebrate Valentine's Day? We'll find out. I'm Jay Locklear.
And I'm Jayla Coley. Welcome back to another semester of Carolina News Today.
Welcome back to another semester of Carolina News Today. We've been on hiatus since November and we're a little late coming back from that. The first day of classes was pushed back a week in January because of the post-Christmas surge of the Omicron variant. All students and employees needed proof of a negative COVID test to come back to campus. Classes started after Martin Luther King Day, so all events that were planned to observe the occasion were postponed. The week was cut further short by a snow day. Evening classes were canceled on Thursday, January 20th, and the university was closed on Friday. The icy mix of rain and snow made for treacherous roads, but only amounted to 1 or 2 inches around the region. Just enough to build a snowman, apparently.
In response to declining positive COVID cases across the state and here on campus, the UNCP COVID response team is lifting most mask requirements. We tried this once before, but the Omicron variant forced the university to bring it back. Now, masks will only be required during instructional and healthcare settings. This includes the Braves Health Center and surveillance testing sites. Masks will be optional for all other indoor and outdoor campus locations. The requirement for surveillance testing of all unvaccinated persons on campus has also ended. Optional testing will still be provided.
The new building for the UNCP School of Business finally opened for classes in January. Shown here on our snow day, Thomas Hall is named for its primary benefactor, who donated $7 million for its construction. Construction delays prevented the opening back in August, but students and faculty seem to be enjoying some of the innovative spaces for video conferencing and collaborations, plus a new cafe. We'll give you an insider's look at this $36 million project on a future episode.
Even though February is the shortest month of the year, it's filled with many special holidays, one of them being Valentine's Day. In celebration, we asked students about their plans, and we found quite a few lonely hearts.
What are your plans for Valentine's this upcoming week?
For Valentine's, probably just gonna be watching TV all day, not gonna lie to you.
No eating out?
Chick-fil-A.
Hear that, ladies? This man needs a woman for Valentine's Day.
Exactly.
My friends are leaving me this weekend, so I'm about to see what's going on with my other friends at my other schools at A&T and ECU, and we're gonna see what's popping over there and turn up, have a good time, you know, singles.
You heard it here, folks. She's single. What are your plans for Valentine's Day coming up, man?
Probably take the old lady out for dinner, take her to the mall, go shopping, grab a couple things for her, whatever she wants. You know.
All right, where you gonna eat at, man?
Probably Texas Steakhouse.
Texas Roadhouse? You heard it here, folks. We're gonna get some food at Texas Steakhouse, all right?
Shoot, Valentine's Day. Shoot, probably lay up in my room, eat some food, chill by myself, you feel me? It's whatever.
The type of candy you get from your Valentine might depend on what state you live in. CandyStore.com released a list of the top-selling Valentine's Day candies for each state. People in 12 states prefer candy hearts, including California, Florida, and Virginia. 16 states, including North Carolina, Tennessee, and Colorado, favor heart-shaped boxes of chocolates. 9 states prefer M&Ms, including Iowa, New Jersey, and Maryland. Valentine's Day candy sales dropped more than 20% last year because of the pandemic. But this year, the National Retail Federation expects near record-breaking candy sales.
As an alternative to Netflix and chill, UNCP's Livermore Library suggests students cozy up with a good book. CNT reporter Sonny Delmar tells us about a program they've got going on, just in time for Valentine's Day.
Don't have a date? Well, no worries. UNCP Mary Livermore Library's Blind Date with a Book has got you covered.
Mary Livermore Library is showing the love this Valentine's with the event Blind Date with the Book. Students all over campus are welcome to stop by and grab a book. With all great kinds of books on display, UNCP students have a wide range of cool reads to choose from.
Can't judge a book by its cover, and then a short description is provided by the librarian so the person can get a little bit of information about what they might be looking for.
This is an event that has been done in the past where students choose books that are wrapped for display and get a chance to read a new interesting book. Blind Date with the Book is done once a year around Valentine's and wants students to be able to take home a book without prejudging it.
It's supposed to promote reading outside of your comfort zone, and we did it in February around Valentine's Day, and we made it like a blind date with a book to kind of like come in with this like romantic theme, but most of the books are not romance.
Students who heard of the event are fired up for what it has to offer.
I think it's going to be a good experience for people to open up a new book, and hopefully they can find something that they enjoy while reading.
The Livermore Library will be holding the event from February 1st to February 19th, 2022.
Don't have a day for Valentine's? Well, no worry. UNCP's Mary Livermore Library has got you covered with the blind date with a book.
Fort Bragg soldiers spend their Valentine's Day preparing to deploy.
And Super Bowl Sunday brings both joy and mayhem to the Los Angeles area.
Plus, a mom saves her child from a burning car.
Those stories and more up next.
Don't miss the opportunities the school gives you to have an experience of a lifetime. You meet a lot of smart students here, people from different parts of the world, and you learn about their cultures, their beliefs, their personalities. One of my favorite things is the faculty and staff. Your professors give you that opportunity to be personal with them. They will sit down with you and talk you through the things you can't understand in and out of class. Ask them about their lives. Tell them what you're thinking about doing. They are good resources to get you to where you need to be. So get good grades, interact with faculty and staff, including the chancellor. Come to UNCP.
358 elementary school children in Virginia are switching to remote learning after their historic building burned Friday. The 110-year-old Fox Elementary School building in Richmond was completely destroyed in the blaze. Both parents and children are mourning the loss of the neighborhood landmark. WTVR's Bree Sisson reports.
A chain-link fence goes up around the shell of what was a 60,000 square foot haven for learning.
Say cheese!
For the Cobb family, like so many others, Friday night's fire is devastating.
We have the Ring app. Then the alert came up and it said Hanover and Strawberry Street. I said, oh no, that's like I know where it is. I said, oh no, okay.
By early Saturday morning, love notes and artwork surround the historic Fox Elementary while questions swirl about what's next.
Virtual, but I'm not sure how long that is. It going to be the rest of the year? Are we going to have a place?
Many take guesses about how it all flamed out so fast.
My brother's idea was that someone was up there and had a cigarette and left it up there and it grew into a fire.
While there is no determination yet on what caused the fire, from the mouths of babes, we hear about their priorities.
She only cares that the playground's left. She doesn't really care about the school getting collapsed.
And gain valuable insight to their hearts.
These cute little swallow birds that would fly around the school and they would nest in the little rafters of the school. And I think it's just so sad because their home was basically destroyed.
Richmond Public Schools says the $4 million structure was insured, but officials aren't sure if the school will be rebuilt on its current site.
A Texas woman found herself in a very scary situation over the weekend. She was driving with her child when she suddenly realized her car was on fire. They were able to escape and it was all caught on camera. Firefighters say the woman and her child are lucky to be alive. Brittany Ford of KHOU reports.
Thankful that they were okay.
A mother and her child spared moments before this.
Spoke with the driver of the vehicle and her young child, and both of them were very shaken.
Captain Tim Wyman with the Spring Fire Department says crews responded to the scene on Aldine West Road Saturday just before 4 p.m. This video shows the woman driving at least a mile before pulling over.
Did you see the car burning? Did she notice the car burning?
She did not notice the car burning. What made her really stop and notice was she said she had smoke coming out of her air vents.
He says the woman's transmission light turned on moments before the car caught fire. The Harris County Fire Marshal believes the fire was caused by some sort of mechanical failure. Wyman offered this advice to anyone who finds themselves in a similar situation.
Just maintain awareness of your surroundings. Watch your vehicle. Pay attention to those pesky lights that come on, and pull over and see what's going on with your car.
The mother and child in this case counting their blessings.
They're very lucky and they're very blessed.
The Harris County Sheriff's Office and the local constable's office will be investigating the incident.
More Fort Bragg soldiers are on their way to Europe amid escalating threats from Russia aimed at Ukraine. ABC 11's Akila Davis was on base yesterday.
Soldiers with Fort Bragg's 82nd Airborne Division are leaving for Poland now. This is part of a larger mission to support NATO allies. You're looking at America's Guard of Honor. These soldiers with the 82nd Airborne Division among some of the first boots to touch European soil in response to the threat of Russia invading Ukraine.
I had to mentally prepare my family and my young ones. It's probably the hardest.
Deployments are not new for 2nd Lieutenant Jamal James, who has served over 13 years. But it's something he says his sons, ages 8 and 3, don't understand.
I just tell him Daddy's going to work and he probably won't be back for a little while. And then, you know, the little one, he really don't understand. He's asking a lot of questions, so he's in the stage where he's like, why? And then I'll try to answer as best as I can.
Soldiers here spending Valentine's Day away from loved ones, packing up gear and relaxing ahead of the mission. Specialist Paul Harefield celebrating Valentine's Day with his girlfriend over the weekend, calling her to say goodbye this morning.
She is military as well, so she kind of understands the 80 seconds to 80 seconds, so you got to be ready to go. Just telling her happy Valentine's Day and that I love her and that I'll see her soon.
This deployment is a first for many of these soldiers, like Durham native Specialist Cassandra Verdejo.
There's not a lot of females in infantry, so you kind of have to prove yourself.
Up until a few years ago, all combat arms were male, but she is one of few female infantrymen. That means she's physically fit and has advanced marksmanship skills.
Physically, in the field, I can do whatever a man can do.
Speaking with her family who live in the Triangle for the last time in a while this morning, asking me to share this message with them.
I love them and I'll miss them.
Sunday was a big night for LA Rams wide receiver Van Jefferson, who is now both a Super Bowl champion and a new dad. His wife Samaria went into labor in the middle of Super Bowl 56 while he was doing his best to beat the Cincinnati Bengals on the field. Jefferson posted a photo to his Instagram story after the game, showing him cradling his newborn baby boy. His caption simply stated, quote, ×2. That's a reference to the fact that he and his childhood sweetheart are also parents to their 5-year-old daughter, Bella.
After the game, fans took to the streets in downtown Los Angeles to celebrate the Rams Super Bowl win. And the police were called in when things got a little out of hand. Officers and tactile teams rushed to respond to reports of violent and destructive behavior as crowds ran through the streets. Authorities report vandalism and destruction of property. Police there ordered the crowds to break up and tweeted asking fans to celebrate responsibly. The Rams defeated the Cincinnati Bengals in the last minute with a final score of 23-20.
Coming up in UNCP sports, men's basketball responds to a surprising loss over the weekend.
And women's basketball hopes to keep their win streak alive.
Deshaun Donald will tell us about it and what happened on the baseball diamond when we return.
Welcome back, Brave Nation. I'm Deshaun Donald, and let's get right into it. Women's basketball faced off against a big in-conference opponent, Belmont Abbey. The Braves put together a great run in the third quarter, scoring 23 points and shooting better than 61%. Gabby Smith connected on 6 for 10 of her shots from the field for 16 points and pulled down 5 rebounds. She also had 2 blocks and 2 assists. Courtney Smith tallied 15 points on 6 of 11 shooting and a pair of rebounds. After the game, Coach Haskins admitted they weren't the favorite to win.
Kind of held on down the stretch. we missed a couple free throws and then had a couple of turnovers with the game on the line, but we stepped up and made the free throws we need to. And so it's a great win because that team had won 10 out of the last 11 games. The only loss was a 1-point loss to Barton, who's basically the best team in the league, or leading the league. So, yeah, good win. I thought we got it out the whole time, played hard, and did some good things.
The Braves will be back in action on Wednesday when they welcome Mount Olive to Lumbee Guaranty Bank Court. The 5th-ranked men's basketball team had a weekend showdown, and on Friday, Southern Wesleyan University snapped a record-setting 16-game win streak for the Braves. The Warriors almost hit triple digits, defeating the Braves 98-88. Saturday, the Braves got back in the win column in another conference matchup against Belmont Abbey. They forced their opponent to 23 turnovers and shot a game-high 64% from the field. Trent McIntyre fueled a team-best 19 points with a 9 of 12 scoring from the free throw line. He also added 6 rebounds and 3 steals, and a pair of assists. Spencer Levi nearly missed his 11th double-double of the season with 16 points and 9 rebounds. After the game, Coach Drew Richards talked about how they were able to overcome the previous day's loss.
Basically, we just after the game talked and talked about the bad and the good and what we have to do to move away from it. And then as soon as we got done, we got our pasta and sat down and did scout and film for Belmont Abbey. So it's a good and bad. As a coach, you get so frustrated. There's a lot of things you want to get your hands on in the practice that they didn't do. But also for the players, it gives them an ability to respond and really challenge them in their mentality and their maturity to come out and play against, in my opinion, an NCAA tournament caliber team in Belmont Abbey.
The Braves baseball team had a weekend series against Indiana University of Pennsylvania. In the Friday matchup, the Braves definitely had their act together and put up their first win at home. Transfer Andrew Mills homered and paired a couple of doubles, leading the Braves to 9 runs against IUP's 5. Saturday was a doubleheader for the Braves. In the first game, they put together multiple early runs and stopped a late surge from the Hawks. Spencer Faulkner had 2 RBIs in Game 1 win. Final score, 5-4. In the second game, the Hawks prevented a serious sweep by the Braves. They took an early 3-0 lead in the top of the first inning. In the top of the fourth, a 3-homer by the Hawks. Nick Hess was decisive. Although the Braves did get on the board after that. The final score, 13-7. Wednesday, the Braves traveled to Hartsville, South Carolina to face Coker University. This weekend, softball had a doubleheader against USC-Aiken. In the first game, at the top of the fourth, the Braves' Lauren Hilborn sent out one out the park to knock the score at 3-3. A late run came from USC-Aiken with Shakari Bosket doubled to center field and advanced to a third on a sacrifice bunt. A single and a home run put the Pacers ahead 6-3. The Braves rallied back, but unfortunately fell to the Pacers 8-6 in the first game. In Game 2, the Braves used an 11 strikeout performance by pitcher Kinsley Shepard and just enough hits to pick up a 3-2 victory in 8 innings for a split against the Pacers for the weekend. The Braves are back in action at home on Thursday when they play host to Catawba. Well, that's all from me today. I'm Deshaun Donald. Next week, I'll tell you about the Conference Carolina Championship in swimming. Let's take it back to the studio.
Thanks, Deshaun. That's all for Carolina News today. I'm Jayla Coley.
And I'm Jay Locklear. We hope you enjoyed our first episode.
Don't forget to subscribe so you can catch us every Tuesday.